Welcome back to the Omaha News. I'm Brandon Mosley.
And I'm Tasia Velasquez. Find out what kind of impact Nebraska Crossing will possibly make on the local job market.
Also, dogs are men's best friend. Kelly Schultz tells us how to keep them by your side if local laws don't allow them to. You're watching the Omaha News.
This is the Omaha News, presented by the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, from the studios of UNO Television.
With the holiday season just around the corner, the timing for the opening of the new Nebraska Crossing Outlet Mall in Gretna couldn't be better. But it's not just the new stores that people are getting excited for. Tanner Kaler reports on the positive economic impact that the new mall is hoping to have.
Before the new Nebraska Crossing Outlet Mall can open, it needs to fill its stores with both merchandise and employees.
I would like a job, yeah.
At Gretna High School Saturday, dozens came, resumes in hand, to a job fair aimed at filling some of the 700-plus jobs the mall brings. For 15-year-old Brooke Berube, she's applying for her first job.
There's a lot of places that you can apply at, and they're all pretty close.
Around 30 of the nearly 70 stores and restaurants within the property had booths set up at the fair. The newly created jobs are one way the revamped Nebraska Crossing is hoping to energize the local economy. Now, Nebraska Crossing sits on the same property that another mall sat on for 20 plus years before it ultimately failed, leaving some to question whether or not the same will happen to this mall. But officials here say that won't happen, saying that the mall's better brand names and better management team will make this mall economically successful.
Right now we're projecting to have people from like a 150-mile radius. That's just our starting point, and I'm sure it'll reach beyond that.
Developers hope to curb what they say is a retail leakage from the Nebraska markets, a problem of people going outside the local area to shop. And support for these businesses helps boost the local economy and keeps thousands like the newly hired Brooke employed.
Thank you so much.
For the Omaha News, I'm Tanner Kaler.
Mitten said that some of the new retailers were concerned that the low unemployment rate in the area would make it difficult to find employees for their new stores. Saturday's job fair was the third one held for the new mall, which is scheduled to open November 15th.
The new Obamacare website has been filled with problems that has kept many people from signing up. Now it's been discovered that their site has security issues. A software tester from Arizona began looking through the site and found that it was simply easy to steal someone's account and password. Officials say the security glitches have been addressed, but many are concerned with more security issues to follow.
Fremont City Council met last night to discuss whether the controversial ordinance that outlaws renting property to undocumented aliens needs to be revised. More than 100 people came to the meeting, and most demanded the law remain the same. While others said the law is a black eye to the town's history, the council will meet 2 more times to discuss possible revisions before taking a vote in November.
Bringing businesses into North Omaha is a major concern in the city, but with opening a new Walmart on 50th and Ames, people believe that area will begin to grow. With the Walmart nearly complete off 50th and Ames, it will bring around 400 jobs and also hope to a part of North Omaha that has been struggling for many years. Store manager Marcel is happy with the size of this Walmart.
Oh, we shoot for 300 people going to be promoted out of the store, and we anticipate to have at the end of the day, 400 total.
This is the first Walmart in the Omaha area to be welcomed in by its community.
Compared to other stores, in the past, because we had to fight to get the land, and we had to fight neighbors and things like that. The Ames store was one of the positive stores that ever built in Omaha.
Mother of 2, Stephanie Markham likes the location of the new Walmart.
It's a really good place to put the Walmart because there's nothing past 72nd that really is for people to go and shop. I think it will be up because it will give people more jobs and, places for them to shop. But jobs are good for down in that area.
Manager of the Ames Walmart, Marcel, said when they move in Baker's Plaza, more businesses will also come to the plaza as well.
There'll be a lot of small businesses that'll be, moving. This office, there's a pizza place will be joining us soon.
As of now, Walmart is set to open their doors in early 2014. The average Walmart makes about $72.5 million a year. Local residents hope that some of that revenue will be there to help improve the North Omaha community.
Millard Public School District Superintendent Dr. Keith Lutz announced today that he will be stepping down this coming June. Lutz has been Millard's superintendent for the past 17 years and is credited with promoting advanced placement programs and surviving the One City, One School District controversy. The announcement was not unexpected, but it comes right as the Millard School Board is discussing reorganizing the school board boundaries.
Coming up, find out how you can take your kids out trick-or-treating, but in a safe and friendly environment.
And reporter Kelly Schultz shares how your bully breed dog can become exempt from some city ordinance. You're watching the Omaha News.
PBS is the place you should go first.
There are no advertisers to be satisfied, only an audience to be satisfied.
We take our responsibility as journalists very seriously. We are constantly thinking about our viewers and what they care about.
We want to let you know what the information is, and then you decide what you want to think.
At the News Hour, we are after the facts and only the facts.
You've always known you were a leader, someone who works hard to achieve your goals. You can see it. You can see your success in front of you. You pursue a college education for the old-fashioned reasons, to learn, to make yourself more valuable, to succeed. You need a place that celebrates your ambition and positions you alongside visionary people just like you. You, my friend, belong here, the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
UNO TV invites you to take a journey around the world, to lush jungles with endangered species, to exotic lands and different cultures, to lost cities beneath the sands. Travel through time to see ancient secrets on the other side of the world, the growth of the American West, or the start of Nebraska's largest city. Or just explore our state, find out about Nebraska in World War II, learn how Omaha has grown since, discover the effort to renovate its green spaces, the history of one of its most impressive buildings, or look at its internationally recognized university. For over 20 years, UNO TV has produced award-winning documentaries that explore, educate, and enlighten. To find out more, call 402-554-2516 or visit unotv.unomaha.edu.
You're watching the Omaha News.
They're men's best friends, but Omaha Legislative has put some restrictions on certain breeds of dogs. Reporter Kelly Schultz tells us how dogs can earn exemptions from some of these laws.
Thanks, Brandon. The local Humane Society is giving bully breeds a chance to show how friendly and gentle they can be, despite their bad reputation.
Come on.
Meet Yuri, a 2-year-old purebred pit bull, and his owner, Michael.
Oh, you hate that thing, don't you? We're engaging in training with him daily on a one-on-one basis. He's the most intelligent dog that I've ever interacted with. He couldn't be less violent or dangerous.
But like other pit bulls and bully breeds, Yuri is subject to breed-specific legislation passed in 2008.
About 6 years ago, we had a very bad bite in Omaha. And so the Omaha City Council decided that what they wanted to do was to put some restrictions in place. So they began asking us to research what we needed to do, helping out with a task force. And what came out of that task force were some laws that were enacted about 5 years ago.
Omaha legislation requires that pit bulls and other bully breeds wear a collar, harness, and muzzle while in public, and they must be walked on a leash no longer than 6 feet by a person of at least 19 years of age.
For dogs like Yuri to go in public, there are a lot of requirements that need to be met. unless they become a breed ambassador.
The Nebraska Humane Society's Breed Ambassador program gives pit bulls and other bully breeds the chance to shed the muzzle in exchange for a Breed Ambassador vest, which shows that the dog has passed a Canine Good Citizenship test.
By completing some basic training requirements, you can submit an application and petition to have those restrictions removed.
And it's with that goal in mind that Yuri is being trained. The Humane Society says it believes the breed-specific laws have brought attention to not only how pit bulls and other bully breeds are raised and socialized, but other dog breeds as well. You can find more information on and register your dog for the Canine Good Citizenship Test on the Nebraska Humane Society's website, nehumanesociety.org. Back to you, Brandon.
Opening arguments in the Terrence Hale murder trial begins this week. Hale is charged with the first-degree murder of 83-year-old Raymond Velasco. Authorities claim that last February, Hale broke into his neighbor's home and demanded money. Hale then set the house on fire, beat his neighbors. Thought Hale was on trial for murder. He reportedly called 911 to report Velasco's house being on fire.
There were Spider-Man and princesses, dinosaurs and monsters, and they all showed up at Exarman's Trick or Treat Sunday for one reason: the candy. Halloween is just a few days away, and there's one thing kids cannot wait for.
We get candy!
Thousands of families gathered here today to not only spend time together, but to stock up on their favorite candy.
My favorite candy is Jolly Rancher, Suckers, and sour candy.
They like any candy.
According to TodayIFoundOut.com, around 35 million children in the U.S. between 5 and 13 years old go trick-or-treating every year, which is around 90% of all children in that age group. However, going from house to house is not needed here. DJ Hotboy knows that this is a safe alternative from going door to door.
I think that these are the type of events that I would take my kids to. I wouldn't take them door to door. And it's all about bringing people from all over the city together just to have a good time.
So where does all of this candy come from?
Last year we had about 1.7 tons of candy. And after an hour and 45 minutes, we were running up to one of the local stores getting more candy.
And just a reminder for tomorrow, only trick-or-treat in well-known neighborhoods, at homes that have a porch light on, and have an adult check all treats before they are eaten. There are lots of factors that determine if a relationship is going to work or not, but it turns out your Facebook may be a bigger factor than we think. According to a new study, if a couple has many mutual friends that are well connected through Facebook, then they are more likely to break up. The researchers of the study said that couples who had lots of groups of friends tended to last longer.
Coming up, Jared Meyer will be giving us the latest in the NFL and World Series standings.
And reporter Paul Dobler shows us more about the new soccer pitch on UNO's Caniglia Field. You're watching the Omaha News.
KVNO was in a really interesting place. This Victorian mansion near UNO.
3 floors. The studios were on the 3rd floor.
Bedrooms and bathrooms. So we had a challenge, but we ultimately ended up with an on-air studio.
We soundproofed it with carpet, and actually I think it sounded really warm, very radio friendly.
There were also rumors that the 3rd floor was haunted. Those were the maid's chambers, as we were told.
I had a sink in the office and leaded glass windows which looked out on the stable house in the back.
One colleague talking about having the window open one day, a warm spring or fall day, and a squirrel jumping through the window onto a turntable.
It was a great place, a great ambiance for a fine arts station.
It definitely had a charm to it.
NET Television expands your mind, enlightens your mind, inspires your mind, educates your mind, entertains your mind. NET Television opens up new worlds to you. Explore, travel, learn, discuss, debate. NET Television keeps you informed. Music, theater, dance, art, news. NET Television awakens your dreams, seeks to serve, strengthens our communities. We are Nebraskans. We are NET Television, Nebraska's PBS station.
You're watching the Omaha News.
Welcome back to the Omaha News.
Jared Meyer is here with a look into sports, telling us first what changes we can expect with UNO athletics.
Thanks, guys. UNO is expanding the university just a little bit more. Not only are the students and athletes excited for the expansion, but it's got Maverick fans jumping up and down. UNO athletics have made tremendous strides since classifying to Division I in 2011. And in fall of 2015, they will have made an enormous stride.
Now we're going to be welcoming our fans onto our campus, and they're going to become familiar with being a part of the UNO community.
The Mavericks are saying goodbye to the CenturyLink Center, Ralston Arena, and the SAP Fieldhouse, as the university will be getting its own arena.
Those facilities are great. We've had a lot of success in both of those arenas. But it comes down to a few things. One is economics. You know, you look at the ability that we have for our hockey program of competing in a facility where we're not paying a huge amount of rent.
The UNO Community Arena will be home for hockey, men's and women's basketball, and women's volleyball.
You know, the arena largely will be a front porch to the campus.
The UNO Community Arena will be built just across Exarban, and with the arena's close proximity to the South Pacific campus, it'll make it easier for students to get to and from the arena. The new arena will also have 2 sheets of ice, one for UNO hockey and the other for the community to skate on. The competitive arena will have 7,500 seats and have an open concourse so you won't miss any of the action while at the concessions.
We really designed this with UNO athletics in mind, first and foremost. The university as a whole, whether it's campus rec, intramurals, faculty and staff use, second, and then the community third.
Not only will the arena hold athletics, but also concerts, graduation, and even classes. So for UNO athletes, students, and fans, fall of 2015 cannot come soon enough. The arena will cost around $88 million and have a square footage of about 200,000. From worst to first, after a dismal 2-14 record last year, the Kansas City Chiefs are 8-0 under new head coach Andy Reid. The Chiefs lead the league in sacks with a total of 36 after having just 27 all of last year. We'll take a look at the top 2 teams in each division now. In the West, it's the Chiefs on top, but the 7-1 Broncos are just behind them. In the South, the Colts have found their luck with Andrew Luck, as they have a 5-2 record and are sitting pretty good. In the North, it is all Bengals, as they have a pretty comfortable lead over the defending Super Bowl champs, the Ravens. In the AFC East, although the struggles from Tom Brady continue, the Patriots are in first place with a 6-2 record, followed by the Jets. In the NFC East, the Cowboys are edging out the Eagles for the top spot. And in the North, Green Bay and Chicago are on top of the division with 5 wins each. In the South, it looks as though the Saints will be marching in the playoffs with their 6-1 record, and the surprising Panthers behind them in second place. And in the NFC West, the tough defense of Seattle has them with a 7-1 record, just ahead of the 6-2 49ers. Also, be on the lookout for Denver and Kansas City on November 17th in Denver. After a few delays, the soccer pitch is finally up at Caniglia Field, and reporter Paul Dobler shows us how fans and soccer players could not be more excited.
Caniglia Field, once home to the UNO football team, is now home to the men's and women's soccer team, but it also got a makeover.
It's definitely one of a kind turf field, especially here in the U.S.
The turf's technology comes from Italy and not only plays like real grass, but feels like grass too.
I think it's just an amazing field. I think it's going to be it is a great addition to our soccer program.
The men's and women's team are set to play a few games on the new pitch before their season's end, which is good for the university and soccer programs.
There is excitement brewing amongst faculty, students, and the community now that sports are going to be played once again on Coniglia Field.
It's the energy, the environment. It's definitely something that we're excited about.
The men's soccer team played their first game on the new pitch as they hosted Oral Roberts this past Saturday. A good crowd showed up to see the match, including the UNO marching band, who put on a show during the half. The Mavericks would go on to lose the game 2-1, but have 2 more home games on the new pitch before the season is over. For the Omaha News, I'm Paul Dobler.
The men's next 2 home games are on November 9th and the 16th. The women's team will play on the new pitch on November 1st and the 3rd. The World Series has been a good one so far. The Red Sox took 2 out of 3 in St. Louis and are back in Boston tonight. The Red Sox can end it with a W, which would be their third World Series championship in 10 years. And that's Look in Sports. Brandon, Tasia, back to you.
Thanks, Jared. After the break, see how one charity is giving back to give pugs a home.
Coming up, we'll have reporter Tanner Kaler give us a story on a new look away to give support to those with mental health issues. You're watching the Omaha News.
About how you're feeling right now. One thing you would like our viewers to know about this state.
The importance of volunteerism.
What are you saying to folks?
I'm here to discuss these images.
When you can take that knowledge and that expertise and that passion in terms that they're all going to understand.
They need to know the real stories.
I'm Kathy Wyatt. Join us for Consider This each week on NET1.
Something new
or reach beyond.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
When you want to peer inside,
there's something wrong here. This isn't normal.
Will it seem almost impossible or push the limit?
Large tornado! It's humongous! We need to get out now!
When you want to dive deep.
These divers are like astronauts.
Our human nature is to push into places that we don't know about.
Or go to the edge.
There are other worlds out there.
We don't know exactly what we're going to find.
When you want to find new frontiers.
I was truly astonished.
You just don't ever know.
Nova.
Wednesdays on NET1.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is a place for tomorrow's leaders. A place where individuals converge on a path to success, getting the attention and direction they need as they begin their career. It's where students take pride in serving Omaha, a city we've invested in for more than 100 years. UNO is a place where greatness begins. The University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Mental illness carries with it a stigma, even though 1 in 4 Americans have a diagnosable illness. And Elkhorn Church is one of the first in the country combining spirituality and support for those in need. Reporter Tanner Kaler tells us about a program that offers fresh hope.
They say in life,
I've had a rough time.
We play the hand we're dealt.
Because I wasn't well.
When Jessica Salego was in college, her professors noticed her struggles and recommended she see a counselor. That led to a diagnosis of depression, but still.
Finally, it got to the point where I ended up in the hospital and was diagnosed bipolar. And I was so happy and relieved that it had a name and that there was treatment for it.
Treatment for bipolar disorder can be challenging, and for Jessica, she still felt that something was missing.
I attended some support groups, and I just didn't find them positive at all.
After an episode of his own,
I had a crash and burn situation,
and a diagnosis of bipolar disorder, Pastor Brad Haves founded Fresh Hope, a support group for people with mental illness. This Christian assembly holds group support sessions in this room at the Community of Grace Church in Elkhorn.
Treatment is now a three-legged stool. It is medication, it is therapy, and it is peer support.
Individuals and groups all around the country and the world even are hearing about Fresh Hope and wanting to start something similar where they live. Flyers and books like these help them do that.
This overwhelming sense of love and belonging, I felt it right away.
A mission to help live life with mental disorder, not just cope with it. For the Omaha News, I'm Tanner Kaler.
Now, Pastor Hayes says anyone can attend a Fresh Hope meeting regardless of religious beliefs. To find out more, visit www.freshhope.us.
One Omaha man's bravery is causing a sensation across the internet. Saturday night, Ryan Legenegger was allegedly beaten for standing up for his two gay friends. One in Legenegger's two friends was touched by his bravery and took his story to Facebook. Since then, the story has gone viral, and Legenegger hopes that this will help promote more tolerance of the LGBTA community in Omaha.
It's Halloween season again, and this year things seem a little more wheezy than normal. It's the 5th annual Pug-O-Ween celebration at the National Guard Armory, and things were slobbery. This Sunday, the event set up pug races, pug costume contests, as well as a photo booth for families that may not have a pug of their own yet. This fundraiser event was set up by Pug Partners of Nebraska, or PPN. The organization is dedicated to rescuing and rehoming purebred pugs, and there were a lot out there.
Thanks for tuning in into the Omaha News this week. If you're looking for more, check us out on Facebook.com/Omaha News.
While you're there, you can check out the news stories our reporters covered, submit story ideas, or give us feedback. We'd love to hear from you. From all of us here at the Omaha News, good night.
UNO Television gives students a chance to work in a real studio. Working on the TV crew, students get hands-on experience with lights, camera, and action. Working on a variety of shows gives students a leg up looking for jobs. In fact, many former crew members work at local stations. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for students to learn the science and art of TV production. UNO TV, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
When will you look deep into space? When will you travel back in time? When will you experience the power of red? When? Anytime. Online at video.netnebraska.org. Search, select, and share with the NET Video Player. Watch our shows on your schedule.
What if there were a neighborhood where every child felt they belonged, and a big dog helped them stay little a little longer? A monkey helped them find the wonder in every little thing, and a flightless bird showed them how to soar. Support the people and programs that never stop asking, what if?